Well, final day in Prague. How good was it? I first want to start by saying the head thing that you have to wear in the Jewish synagogues and that, I think it's a kippah or a yakmon, something like that. I pronounced that wrong. But yeah, so just when you go into the synagogues, they give you one to wear anyway and you get to keep it. Okay, so today off to Kutna Hora, about an hour out of Prague on the train. Down there, Kutna Hora is a UNESCO World Heritage town. It's not very big. My sole objective going there today was to go to the Bone Chapel, the ossuary or the Sedlec, which has between 40 and 70,000. The bones are between 40 and 70,000 skeletons decorating the walls, chandeliers made out of them. It's a very macabre. It's a Catholic chapel from the 14th century. So yeah, I don't know why or why it is like it is, but it's the most visited place in Prague, in the Czech Republic, sorry. Yeah, so there you go. Wow. In saying that, I'd say places like Charles Bridge where it's free, but you obviously have to pay for this. So anyway, caught the train there, the little bus. I caught the bus it's only half a k into town, got my tickets. So there's a two thing, you can get tickets to the ossuary and there's a cathedral close by, or you can get a ticket to the ossuary, the cathedral, and then St Barbara's Cathedral further in town and another chapel. I wasn't really interested in those. So I spent a good hour and a half in there. Really enjoyed it. It was, really weird. There's some people in there restoring a lot of it, and there's these pyramids of bones where it goes leg bones, skulls, and build up into pyramids. And they were handling them and restacking them up and rebuilding because a lot of it's collapsed, like it was nothing. I suppose, but they are specialists at their job. So I really enjoyed that. That was my sole purpose. Went over, had a look at the cathedral. It was quite nice, but cathedrals are cathedrals, some of them. I caught the train back into Prague. Pretty much that was my day. Came back, had a few little jobs to do, get some content uploaded, get my bag packed. I had so a couple of things I wanted to do. Plus, what I normally get up about 5 in the morning, do a video chat with Rose at home, and then start my morning off and get going fairly early. So I tend not to go out at night. I have either a late lunch or an early dinner when I get back along the way somewhere, and I come back, have a shower, upload a bit of content, stuff like that, and get an early night. Tonight I particularly wanted to go out for dinner, so I got back a bit early, did a few things I wanted to do, then had a shower and out about 7:30, something like that. It's 10 o'clock in at night and it's only just gotten dark. It is light from about 4:30 in the morning to about 9:30, 9:45 at night here. Yeah, unbelievable. And today is just a gorgeous day. Once again, absolutely fantastic, the weather. So I hadn't been out at night here. So tonight I went out, had a little bit of dinner, just down around in this little restaurant, pretty quiet downstairs in this bunker type underground thing. And it was really nice. Yeah, had a nice food there. Worked out about $55 with a bourbon, which I thought wasn't too bad for 3 courses. Then I thought I'd just go for a bit of a walk down, and it was really interesting. It's a whole different vibe here at night, because the big tour groups are gone, and the people that are out are people who are staying here, tourists. I'd say majority tourists that are staying in Prague. There's a lot of accommodation, so they're out walking, and it's not in big groups where you can't get through them. It's just everyone out walking, going to a restaurant, and it's a beautiful night. You do get a few of the boys. They do, apparently it's fairly popular for stag parties here. They come over on long weekends, and because the beer's like about 50 cents a beer for one of them big pots. It's as cheap as. So they, a few boys out tonight, they're all right. mainly English fellas. I've never heard so much English getting spoken as what I did tonight. But really a different vibe at night. The shops that are sort of may not be open during the day are open at night, particularly a lot of the restaurants and stuff like that. So a really good vibe at night. Couple of things I noticed is, one is most shops, when you're going to pay for something, if you're paying with cash, you don't give them the money. There's usually a tray there you put the money on, they take it and they put the money back on. They don't sort of like to handle it to you, giving it to you or taking it from you. That's just a little thing I noticed. Cash, they love cash here. They really do like it. But in saying that, wherever I want to use a card, I use the card. Wherever I want to use cash, use cash. A bit hard to work out what some of the coins are. I've got no idea what they are. The euros, I'll have them written on them. These ones, I've got no idea. Just be aware, pretty much all the toilets around is usually about 60 crown. 20 crown or Czech crowns to use the toilet. And there's usually something, you can't just say, I'm not paying, walk in, there's someone actually standing there. Or there's a turnstile there, you have to put money in, and there's still someone there watching. Some of the more modern places like shopping centres, you can put whatever in, it'll give you change. You can do it with your card, you just tap your card and go if you want. The transport, as far as getting around Prague, is super simple. Because it's not such a big place, the trams are some trams can be one behind, right within 30 seconds of the other. I think the longest I waited was maybe 3 minutes. There is just so much of it. It's unbelievable. The train system, as far as going from the train station out, a little bit harder to follow, but it's like anything. Once you know how the system works, that's all you need to know. The trams and that sort of stuff and the metro are very similar throughout Europe, but the trains here just a little bit. The DB Bahn was the best. There's crystal clear on the app, the whole thing. Here, if you're going outside of Prague, like I was today, the platform number gets put up sometimes only 10 minutes before you go. So you're sort of hanging around and then you're hoping that you're going the right way. It's not like you can sort of get there a bit early, go and check, this is the right platform, It's there, but in saying that, I do notice there's a few beggars around. They're just sitting on the side, kneeling down. They sort of kneel down on their haunches with their heads in their hands and just a hat or a cup or something sitting in front of them. And they're like that a fair bit. I've seen them around Europe a bit like that. As far as vagrants and drunks and that, the old train station tracks them all. Not so much inside, but out the front of the train station here, there's a beautiful park. And while they're not at all like in Nuremberg where they're confronting, they're very reserved. They're back away from... I'd say early at night they sleep on the benches along the pathways in the park. But then in the morning you see them move up. Like when I came back by lunchtime, after lunch, I moved up to the back of the park, out of where sort of no one is, up near the back fence sort of. And they're not menacing at all, as were the ones in Nuremberg. It's a relatively clean place. I mean, gosh, the amount of people going through is unbelievable. A lot bigger than a lot more people in Salzburg. This is a really popular place. All I can say is, if you're thinking of coming to Prague, come to Prague. It is amazing. Just the walking around, and that is what really is blowing me away, as well as the ticket items that I want to see. But just you can move around free. Tonight, I just couldn't resist it. I went for a walk after dinner, down to the astronomical clock, and couldn't resist it. Went back to Charles Bridge. I just love going up on that bridge. It's just and on dusk, 8:30 at night, 8:45 on dusk. Just took some photos up there for one last time. Walked down, bang, jumped on the tram. 2 minutes, I'm back here. So that's how easy it is. If you're thinking about it, Amanarum, definitely come to Prague. Yeah, so Prague is done. Prague has been amazing. So tomorrow I'm off to Lisbon in Portugal to start my 17-day tour with Globus. I complain about all the tour groups and walking through. I'm about to be one of them, but is what it is. If you want to cover a lot of ground, see a big ticket item, see it quick, that's the way to do it. Then what you do is you come back at another time, and like I've done this time, and picked out particular places I want to go. So yeah, so I got a flight 8:30 tomorrow morning from Prague to Munich with Dolomite Air, only a half-hour flight. Then I'm with TAP Portugal Air from Munich to Lisbon about 1 o'clock, something like that, 1:30. Check into the hotel, meet up with the tour, and then we go from there. How much time I'll have to upload content, I'm not sure, because here I just do it when I'm back in the room for a bit and away. You know, I can just on a tour it's a little bit different. Like you're in a different room every night, and so that'll be interesting. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this. I'm uploading comments on my uploading content on my YouTube channel as fast as I can. I've got a bit more to go. I'm hoping to just about catch up tonight. But don't forget, I think it's down that corner there. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell, so I can keep putting content up. See you later.